very, very much, our global chair, the founder and curator of Ecocivilisation. For me, I'm always attracted by the subjects, thoughts, ideas, and doing what one said. So such qualities are found in our global chair. So thank you for reciprocating my admiration from her to me. So it is a pleasure to be here. And also our colleagues, our brothers, our sisters, and four from Myanmar, Manila, Mathida San, Unimyo, and Uwimon. ကျေးဇူးအများကြီးတင်ပါတယ်ဒီပွဲကိုလာတက်တဲ့အတွက်ဒါမှကျမလည်းကိုပြောချင်တာလေးကိုရင်ထဲမှာရှိတာလေးကိုဟိုစားပေါ့နော်ကိုရဲ့ဘာခေါ်လဲတူတူပေါ့နော်ဒီလုပ်ဖို့ကင်ဘက်တွေကိုဒါမှမဟုတ်ညီကိုမောင်နှမတွေကိုပြောရပါတယ် Excuse me for speaking Myanmar because
Beautifully. Thank you.
There are four. You know, sometimes I even sing the poems, but now I don't. Let me share the PowerPoint with all of you. So I would like to greet all my sisters and brothers and also bear with me to bring up this very, yes, provocative, like our chair said, and also unusual. You know, when you talk about water, soil, and global waste, earlier it was not even the diplomacy, it was the imperialism, something like that. But I try to tone down and then concentrate into what is about this water and soil conference. So the guidance we get from our chair has four objectives. She ran through it, so to save the time, I will not talk about 1, 2, 3, because I am going to focus on objective number 4. To continue emphasizing the key message emerging topics, health, diplomacy, art, culture, and interconnection between the internal and external worlds. From these varieties, I picked diplomacy and interconnection between the internal and, external worlds. I will focus my talk on that, and I want to share my thoughts. What is missing? What is missing in our effort to do the green business like our friend Rajni? She has been trying circular economy. Last year we launched that book. And what can we do to remedy it? What can we do about that very missing point? And then exploring deeper insight in order to unfold the how process. Last year, in the Year of Water, one of our colleagues, the Scotland chair, Mrs. Buren, said, "Stop, reset, go." She said it in a very grand way, but to me is I go to the minute, small steps. And that is also involved in how process. So the talk, again, is not based on books, although I refer many books, many websites, many of my, you know, in Myanmar, meanings, practical teachers and teachers by looking at them or teacher by hearing the sermon. Yes, but mainly it's based on my own first-hand experience in the water sector. My baby is water and peace. And it started in 2001. And I even produced a documentary. But never mind, that will come in the next chat, not here. So what I want to go back to it is about water, soil, and waste. Whenever we scientists, I'm engineer, civil engineer, and water engineer. When we talk about it, what happened? We have to start with the headlines. So there is a think that we have to say, oh, there is a child dying in every 20 seconds. So isn't that shocking? Of course, yes. And that is catching the attention from the audience. Here in the pictures, you see the water, the pipe. I'm not sure you see my cursor or not, but the top right picture is about the water pollution. And into the natural water body, the sewer pipe just, discharge. And then the World Bank study said, if the pollution is so high, it can damage the GDP, 2% of GDP. You see, I cannot read my own screen because of this, the picture of ourselves, gallery. The gallery picture really stopped me reading. So I will see BOD is biological oxygen demand, and one of the indicators, how much water is polluted, we do it, and then if it is reaching to 1.4%, and when BOD exceeds 8 milligram per liter, that level is dangerous. How dangerous it is, it can reduce the 2% of the GDP. So in the world, in some places, the growth rate is globally 3.1%. If that 3.1% minus 2%, what is left for us? But never mind, the temperature, this picture, the left side, only standalone picture, is talking about the high temperature. Okay, then the bottom right one is about the flood, and the middle right is about the drought. So my provocation is, so what? Everybody is working, and we are working. Okay, we are working, and the water wall is working, and FAO is working. In 2003, FAO made Soil and Water a Source of Life, the global symposium on soil and water. So main themes are here as shown on the screen. Theme 1, 2, 3, 4, soil and water management in rain-fed agriculture, soil and water management in integrated agriculture, soil and water management under the One Health framework, integrated soil and water management and effective governance. It even goes to governments, science, from community, citizen science to science, formal science and formal research, informal research, and then gray references, formal references, Nobel winning references, we name it. And we have this knowledge. At the left side, you see what damaged the tree. And the organic matter and roots, exudates, and water and soil pollution damage the tree. So we heard about how important the tree is. Here on the right side, we have this 2024 annual conference, which will be held next month, July 21 to 24, SWCS. It is the Soil Water Conservation Society, you see? So they are working too. Everybody on earth is doing and working, including this lady from my country. She lives in the Delta, and she is spreading the seeds to grow paddy. So what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? That's the point that I would like to draw your attention. Okay, the key lessons from two domains. Of course, as I explained to you, I read a lot of books, a lot of conference proceedings, and the website. So I try to digest it and try to categorize into two domains. One is physical domain, and the other is mental domain. Between that is the brain health. So I will only read the last bullet. What is brain health and why it is important? Because it is bridge between the physical domain and the psychological, if you like, the mental domain. It's not simply the absence of disease, but inclusive of the full spectrum of mental wellness, and mental health issues, substance use, and neurological conditions. Indeed, having good brain health correlates with an overall sense of well-being, right? McKinsey Health Institute. Erika Ko and Kana Inomoto. In a new article, they interview U.S. Congressman Patrick Kennedy on his work to transform mental health and addiction care delivery, what it takes to normalize people's ability to seek help, and why he believes mental health is a medical civil right. Okay, here we go. The Ecocivilisation, our global chair, used to say water and sanitation is a universal human right. Here we go. The mental health is a medical civil right. Okay, let's continue to the next page. The mental domain. Instead of using brain function, we now will call mental faculty. Mental faculty. Okay, in this domain, what we learn is a substantial portion of the human being health challenges, etc., are very, very important for communities and individuals, and alleviated by scaling the evidence-based intervention. But I look at from the little bit slightly different angle. And then I want you to pause, like our, friend who opened the conference with the meditation. Just pause and think. What do we learn? Or why we achieve so little after so much efforts globally? Globally means financially, time-wise, talents, knowledge, innovation, and human resources. What's wrong with us? Why we don't achieve the same impact of the input we have put in? Because we miss something. Our algorithm is not complete. We miss out the mental faculty. And if we can detail it, the actors, we don't concentrate on the actors. We concentrate on the nature, pollution, science, policy, financial, we name it. Actors are humans, and it is us, we. There is no you and no me. It is we. So who we are humans, made up of physical body and mental faculty, to use our knowledge to serve and save the world. What we are doing is instead we serve our ego. To prepare for good purpose, we miss it. Sustainability, we miss it. Regeneration, intergenerational principle, etc., etc. So let me go back to analyze our own integrated water resources management. Yes, of course, we achieved so much if we say from 1850, when the water management started. Earlier, water resources management is on one department or one institution, top-down management, single disciplinary approach. Later, we realized that there is an attitude change from bullet point 1 to 5. You can see it. Please read it because my screen is really disturbed by the gallery images. I don't know how to release it. Never mind. So during that revolution, let me emphasize on multidisciplinary approach. So the water professionals, lawyers and urban planners and engineers and etc., and the administrative bodies and mayors, everybody sits. But what is in it is also their egos. That's the point. So then we go to the transdisciplinary because we think that we don't pay respect and we don't pay full attention to other people, what they are talking about, their own discipline. We are always busy how to react, how to say that I have the better idea. So there is a competition induced by that ego. Therefore, during that revolution, again, climate change happened. And also the climate change was due to humans, but more to be finite. It is not you or I, it is by greed and ignorance. Frontier technologies involved and AI. AI everywhere. Now AI is also controlling my presentation, although I do not use any AI help in this presentation. So why it is? So because it was produced for the betterment of the mankind. But there are some sectors that they use it for their own betterment without the whole world's betterment. So that is why I am attracted by Ecocivilisation. Ecocivilisation Year of Water 23 to 2023. We have these slides as you see on this screen. So what our movement leader said, we need peace and prosperity. But it was written in 2021 or even 20, I think, 2020. So it was not made up for this conference. So to make the long story short, we have that Eco-Civilization Year of Water with 12 webinars. What I took from that is 1, AEIOU leadership principles, 2, Mrs. Puran's Stop, Reset, and Go, a wisdom nurturing approach for the new water management paradigm. So in the UN Water Conference 2023, we were able to make an official side event. So we proposed the new paradigm. So again, to make the long story short, the left side, you will see the first paradigm was established in 1850 and pre-modern time. Never mind. The sixth paradigm, as we speak, we have only 2 ply. One is hydroinformatics tools and the system thinking. And our proposed new paradigm in Water UN Water Conference 2003 is 3 ply. 3 ply. Number 1, hydroinformatics tools, we need it. And now we even have to use AI. Systems science and AEIOU leadership. Why? For what? What do you aim at? We aim to receive human greatness and nature together. So harnessing the frontier technologies, you will see here the ADB Seeds project just published the newsletter. And the solar punk. The solar punk movement is also the one that imagines the cultivation of human activities and progressive lifestyle that does not harm the environment. We have to take everything over. And then we have to fill that missing gap by mindfulness practices in the water management, soil management, and waste management. So these are, again, the headlines for the waste management. What we all need to do is the blue piece. So again, we go back to ourselves and repeat the process. A human is body plus mind. Body and mind are essential, but mind is more important. So we were very busy with the physical domain, monetary domain, and financial capability, but we miss out the communication, empathy, and mindfulness. That is what I would like to see. So human, are we okay, or are they okay? Or mentally sick? The answer is yes, definitely. Like in Christianity, the Christianity said all of us are sinners, okay? In Buddhism, each and every human being is eccentric. Only the degree varies from the lesser to the greater eccentricity. What drove that is the fear, the ignorance, the greed, and the fourth one, I cannot see. Oh, greed, anger, fear, and ignorance. Greed, anger, fear, and ignorance. Okay, these three drive us. So every time when we make the decision, before us, either of these four come and say, do this. Ah, you won't get any profit. Don't do it. That's greed saying. And the other one said, no, he is saying better of you. So just compete it and just reply and react, but react with anger and not with empathy, and so on and so forth. And then our mindfulness play a very crucial role for the such dangerous elements, transform it into worthy elements, from greed to generosity, anger to empathy. Empathy is a little bit different than sympathy, because sympathy is sit and think that, okay, she or he will be so suffering or painful. I'm sorry for him. But empathy is doing something. Okay, he will be hungry. Okay, I give him a piece of bread, or a plate of rice. That is empathy. So empathy is going with the real action. And the fear to courage, ignorance to intelligence. Nowadays in Thailand, in United States, the schools are practicing meditation, and it is in the formal curriculum. Why? Stress and anxiety reduced by fear, but it can have a dimming effect on intelligence. That is why they were trained to meditate. The meditation gives them more concentration and more focus, so they can learn better and they can tolerate better each other.
Nini,
Yeah,
I will have to ask you to share with us the
your turn.
concluding remarks.
Okay.
Very much appreciate. Thank you very much.
Okay. So we have to go for this kind of mentality, and we have to go for the negotiation, and we have to go for the diplomacy. So here, I will skip the first three bullet points, and I will tell the principled negotiation. So with that prepared mind, we can go to the principled negotiation, which is described in the Getting to Yes. So that principled negotiation has four elements. But yet, what we are saying is all the stakeholders and all the peacemakers are human beings. So we have to go into the inside and try to get the mindfulness. Then of course, again, meditation leads to that inner development, self-awareness. And that is what we can say. The inner development will lead to the outer peacefulness. So how to do it? You don't have to come to Myanmar, and you don't have to go to the Buddhist monk, because this is not the advertisement of Buddhism. This is about the human being more peaceful and get the better result. You can have it in Nepal, Australia, UK, Malaysia, USA, Singapore, Canada, and Taiwan, Thailand, and South Korea. So what I would like to say in conclusion is we have to transform ourselves first. And every meeting, every conference, every seminar, every workshop, come with the empathy and wisdom, but leave the ego. Actually, this is the special. You see, this is the special slide which I would like to leave with you before I stop the sharing. Wisdom nurturing and AEIOU, leadership principles, water for peace, and peace and prosperity. So this method of mindfulness can be used for water, soil, waste, plus maybe relationship building, maybe wellness, etc. Thank you, Fiolita, our global chair. Thank you for allowing me for a few more minutes.